Taurus, my little bully. All right, Taurus, here we are. Here's your reading for May 2019. This can be used for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and North Node signs, okay, Taurus? And before we get started here, happy birthday, Taurus. It's your birthday month, turn up. All right, Taurus, also too, before we get started here, just as a reminder for you guys, this is a general reading, so the energies and messages here can kind of happen and occur in many different areas of your life, Taurus. So the best thing to do is just to apply where it fits, how it fits, and to whom it fits, Taurus. Also, too, before we get started, I also want to relate to you what was coming through and what psychically as I was tuning into your guys' energy and shuffling and popping out your cards here for the spread. So what came through, Taurus, was I asked the question, what's going on with Taurus for May 2019, and then what came through, and I heard everything under the sun. That's what kind of came through, you know, clairaudiently. Also to Taurus, the song by Mariah Carey, Without You, it's coming through as well, or that came through. Also too, I feel like this month, Taurus, your crown chakra is like on and popping. It's like little tingles were going on. That normally happens, but it was really happening. Like my whole head was like vibrating. It was very interesting. So I feel like maybe your psychic downloads, how you're feeling this month, you're gonna get a lot of insight, I feel. Yeah, that's all that was coming through, Taurus. But okay, let's go ahead and hop right here into your reading here, Taurus. So for the heart of the matter here, you popped out the Mother of Pentacles reversed here, or the Queen of Pentacles reversed. For what's in your mindset and what are you ruminating over this month, Taurus? The Seven of Swords here. What's in your foundation, or what are you resting upon, Taurus? We have the Sun of Cups here, or the Knight of Cups. The energies that you are walking away from and leaving behind during the past, Taurus, is the Eight of Swords here with the Nine of Swords as well. And what's ahead of you, Taurus, or what to expect, or what you're walking into this month, Taurus, here we have the Mother of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Mother of Cups reversed, so we can look at that as the Queen of Cups reversed. All right, Taurus, so some of you could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio individual, maybe even an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn individual. Interesting. I just picked up 2 Aquarius as well, or you can have any of that in your chart. Okay. Taurus, give me a second to tune into this, okay? All right. Taurus, I'm feeling like this month for you, you may be feeling, Taurus, like you can't, okay, you are, just, what came through, Taurus, is you were under the impression that you, like you can't keep things together in whatever way that may be. I'm kind of getting like, keep the herd strong, or keep the herd going, whatever that may be for you, you know? Basically, Taurus, it's more of like you may be feeling inept within the area of like having, handling your life and just kind of keeping things together, keeping the cohesion of life together, you know what I mean? In any area like that. But I'm kind of sensing here, picking up like a little bit of like paranoia in your mindset, or you feel jaded. You also feel, Taurus, like you may have been like robbed of something, like maybe robbed of stability, maybe robbed of I just picked up honesty, or robbed from honesty, or something to that effect here. But it's it's almost, Taurus, like you're in this situation where you are okay, interesting. That's interesting that came through, Taurus. Okay. It's almost like you're in this situation, Taurus, and it's almost like you're choosing, in a sense, you know, or you're okay with being in the mire of the misery, right? But it's serving a purpose for you because like you're building like an immunity to the bullshit, or you're building like your self-confidence in being able to handle situations at the same time. So it's like you're staying in the situation, or you are involved in a situation that you may be kind of through your own will sort of choosing to stay involved or be involved in a sense here for like a greater purpose. And I feel like that greater purpose is like you kind of being on the quest of understanding and finding what your emotional needs are. It's something to that effect here, Taurus. So I think that that's why in your mindset you may be kind of feeling a little bit like a little bit leery or weary of people that are around you and of their motives and of what they're there for, or why they're around, in a sense here. Because what you're leaving behind here, Taurus, or what you're walking away from is like being trapped in the confines of your own mind. You're walking away from also like the impression that it's only going to be, and it all ever is, doom and gloom. You're also, I feel here too, you're walking away from this energy, but at the same time I'm feeling here too, like, let's just be maybe mindful, Taurus, this month of not like falling prey to like progression in our mental anxiety and our inner worries. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have the Eight of Swords here and then the Nine of Swords. So it's a progression forward. When we make that leap, Taurus, or that, progression from the 8 to the 9, the Eight of Swords in a traditional tarot deck here is emblematic of, a woman, just a figure, in the center with swords around her, you know what I mean? But a blindfold on, meaning that you can get out of the situation, but you're choosing to kind of keep yourself within it. You know what I mean? And then the blindfold means like you only seeing what it is that you want to see. You know what I mean? Regarding staying in the situation. You're not really trapped. It's just you perceiving yourself to be, in a sense here. Now, when we get to the Nine of Swords, that's when things take, the next manifestation of that is like where we start to have like bad dreams and bad thoughts, and like it starts to really mess with our well-being. It goes from being under the impression of being stuck or being trapped within a situation to then you actually feeling like you're trapped and actually being mentally trapped. Something's living in your head for rent free. You know what I mean? But like evict his ass and kick that motherfucker out, But what I'm trying to say here, Taurus, to wrap this up here is you're walking away from progressions of like anxiety and progressions of progressions of anxiety, and you also maybe like blowing things out of proportion regarding mental activity. You know what I mean? And like having like that progression in worry, where it's like when something happens, you're just like, oh my God, that's it. Okay, it's happening. Oh my God, it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse. See, I told you it's going to get worse. And then it actually being worse or getting worse because that's a vibration you're setting. You know what I mean? You're walking also away from manifesting your fears by default. Because when we are manifesting by default through fear, we then are not living and operating from free will if it's by default, because free will means that we choose what we want to put out and embark upon. That's the free will with the free choice. But if we're operating from fear and then it progresses, there's no free will involved. There may be free will of like choosing to stay in it, but you're manifesting by default, which is not in line with like your free will is not in line with the will of the universe. That's when we go against it. Hope that makes sense, Taurus. Also, too, like what you're walking into this month, Taurus. Like you no longer feeling like your emotions don't matter, or you no longer feeling like no matter what you do, you're misunderstood. Interesting. And also you're walking into, Taurus, like no longer making a decision and then waiting for the outcome to happen or to come if it ever does. You know what I mean? So you're also walking into no longer waiting on another person's decision, place or thing's decision, where your happiness and your spiritual sanctity, that's interesting, your spiritual health and vitality is not dependent upon another person, places, or things contingency, you know, upon it or upon you. You're also walking into no longer trying your hardest in situations that you know don't emotionally serve you, and also no longer indulging or choosing to indulge yourself into relationship, people, places, and things that that you have to emotionally manipulate them or it to get an expected outcome. I just heard to also get a deserved outcome. Interesting, Taurus. And also vice versa, you know, people doing that to you as well. Just you're walking into self-awareness. You're walking into no longer accepting the bare minimum, you know, Taurus. Very interesting here. Let's see, one more second here. Let's see if anything else is coming through. And through this whole process, Taurus, it may seem like doom and gloom, and it may seem like it would never, like light would never be shed upon finding happiness or being on the quest for happiness and obtaining happiness. But you're learning a lot about yourself, Taurus. You're also learning a lot about where you emotionally fall short at times, and where, like, developing the discernment between what's like reality and what's fantasy regarding the thoughts and the storyline that we tell ourselves, and based upon the consistencies or what is consisted of these regarding the stories we tell ourselves, the mental stories. What does that say about ourselves regarding how we view reality and how we view fantasy? All right, Taurus, that completes your reading here for May 2019. Go ahead and visit intuitiveperceptions.com for the extended reading portion for you for this month, available for $4.44 for download. There, Taurus will clarify these cards here and these positions here. We'll also pop out cards for the door that's now open for you, the door that's now closed, any unconscious fears, and also any potential blocks moving forward. And we may throw into, Taurus, the best possible outcome. You know, sometimes, Taurus, everything has to go wrong in order for something of great importance to go right. And when a situation like that happens, Taurus, it's really, really validating, you know, in a sense, to be that person who, you know, says there's no better feeling than seeing something fall right into place after watching it fall apart for so long. All right, Taurus, as always, God bless and love and light.